Today in Mountain View, a $4.6 million fix for Stevens Creek's crumbling banks, a boil water notice after a main breach, a state senator cuffed at SFO, Stanford weighs the energy squeeze from data centers, and the county flirts with bike-only trails. Let's kick things off with a bang. I'm Dean Bark, and this is the City Report with Dean Bark in Mountain View. Let's cut to the chase. Mountain View City Council, the city's elected governing body, has approved a $4.6 million project to repair severely eroded banks along Stevens Creek. That's the headline. The work targets the stretch between Middlefield Road and Moffett Boulevard, where last winter's storms chewed away at the channel. Nature sent the bill, and it's not cheap. The plan has been in the works for years, and yes, the price climbed from $3.6 million to $4.6 million as designs and timelines sharpened. There's a cost-sharing deal with the Mountain View Wisman School District, the local K-8 district, putting in about $1.3 million given its properties along the creek. Unusual, but proximity matters. Geomorph Design Group, an environmental engineering firm, and Marina Construction Management, a construction management company, are on the team to regrade banks and add structural protections. Construction is slated for June through October. However, a fish survey comes first to check for Central California coast steelhead, a protected migratory trout species. If they're present, crews will have to adapt methods and timing. My take: this is a necessary investment. Just don't be shocked if the calendar slips to satisfy environmental rules. Next up, water safety near Cuesta Park, the neighborhood green space just south of El Camino. After a contractor hit a water main in late April, about 65 homes, roughly 170 residents, were placed under a boil water notice. The contractor is C2R Engineering, a city-hired firm. The city declared a local state of emergency the next day to speed up response and reimbursement. Tests found coliform bacteria in certain areas. The fix now is superchlorination, essentially a high-dose disinfection of pipe interiors. Think of it as a very strong pool day for your water lines. Not exactly a spa treatment, but effective. Temporary water lines and supplies are in place for residents until full restoration, which the city expects by early May if testing cooperates. Incidents like this are rare in California, but they're a reminder that maintenance and contractor oversight matter. My view: treat it as a wake-up call to keep the basics, pipes and valves, at the top of the priority list. Shifting gears, State Senator Josh Becker, who represents much of the peninsula, including Mountain View, was arrested at a May Day demonstration. San Francisco International Airport, SFO for short, is the region's major hub. That's where passenger service workers rallied for a $30 an hour minimum wage as they negotiate with airlines. San Francisco supervisors Raphael Mandelman and Connie Chan, both members of the city's legislative board, were also cited along with other demonstrators. Becker called it civil disobedience to spotlight rising costs and workers holding multiple jobs to make ends meet. The protest also arrived amid strong airline profits, which sharpened the argument. Nothing says May Day like a citation at SFO, not exactly the lounge upgrade anyone wants. Opinion here is brief. Arrests draw headlines, and headlines pressure negotiators. Expect the wage debate to heat up. Now to energy and tech. Stanford University, the local research powerhouse in Palo Alto, hosted the Sustainable Data Centers Symposium. The central point was blunt. Data centers already use about 4 to 5% of U.S. electricity, and with artificial intelligence driving demand, that load could double by 2030. PG&E, the regional utility Pacific Gas and Electric Company, has nearly 2 gigawatts of new requests tied to data centers around San Jose. That is a lot of juice. Panelists pushed efficiency upgrades, renewable power purchases, and building community trust around projects. There's also growing pushback. Some states are considering restrictions over environmental and economic concerns. One interesting note: if large centers shoulder more grid support, average bills could tick down 1 to 2%. AI might be smart. The grid still needs coffee. My view: growth is inevitable. Pairing it with firm clean energy and local buy-in is the only sustainable path. And finally, Santa Clara County Parks, the county agency that manages 17 parks and 352 miles of trails, is exploring bike-only trails. A new feasibility look points to Ed R. Levin County Park in Milpitas and Joseph D. Grant County Park in San Jose as candidates for downhill routes. Other sites could host bike parks with pump tracks, those compact circuits with rollers and bank turns designed for skill building. Right now, the county has 0 bike-only trails. About 190 miles are multi-use, and advanced riders are cutting illegal lines that damage habitat and rile hikers. Supporters say sanctioned trails would improve safety and skills while protecting sensitive areas. Critics worry about wildlife and erosion. For context, mountain biking traces back to the Bay Area in the early 1970s, with pioneers like Gary Fisher, Joe Breeze, Charlie Kelly, and Tom Ritchie. If you build it, riders might stop digging bootleg jumps. Emphasis on might. My take: with good design and strict stewardship, dedicated trails could be a workable truce between access and conservation. There you have it. I'm Dean Bark, and this was the City Report with Dean Bark. Back tomorrow with more you need to know. Until then, stay safe and stay sharp.